rather you than me. If you've been with me from Port of Miami, it's been a journey. Ain't nothing changed. A little stronger, a little wiser. Maybe a little more. Blame it on America. I'm pulling off the line, I body cash. Her future bright, don't give nobody.
Through this 2019 NFL season, plenty of plot twists and turns at every step, but it all comes to a conclusion tonight as we welcome you to Super Bowl 54 from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. J.J. Nelson now to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go, hurry up. 3 wide.
Here for Terrence West. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo, defense, let's go. Let's go. Hey, red. Mike, 53, Mike.
Flacco here on second down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I'm coming back.
He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage, otherwise you're facing an intentional grounding call.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. Airing one out. It got his man complete. Past the 20. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory. A big play on third for the Ravens. 63 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Monday.
In motion left is Perriman. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
Red. Set.
In motion left is Perriman.
Shift. Red. Motion.
Perriman in motion right. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
You got him.
He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward is big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short. They're going to try and pick up a first down.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's short. It'll be 4th down in a few inches. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
Come on.
Shift together. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the D looking like they may blitz.
Monday. Regular.
Check 50.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
You got tight right there.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Set! Hey, Ryan!
36!
Ready, hard!
On third down, it's Logan, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is good.
Go, run!
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
You, baby! Go down here! Let's go! Come on, oh! There we go! That's the touchdown, that's it! There you go! Tight end left!
Jahan!
Hey, 3 down!
Ringo!
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the ball.
Let's go!
Now Cousins dancing to his left.
And
he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Tight end right!
Jahan!
And no press coverage here. They are back in the secondary. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's where you belong.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the
field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run the races. As they get out to a fast start, they're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Let's go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Second down, Flacco now. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman.
Watch twist.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Check.
Brashad Perriman, 76 yards. And the Ravens are able to shoot. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Hot.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
That's it, baby.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
To throw is Cousins. Out to the left here to Reed. Cousins to his big target. Reed and the Redskins have a first down.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Watch tight end.
Hey, Oscar!
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Rhino!
Check.
A first down throw for Cousins.
Wide.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact,
Hey,
just as he's trying to haul it in.
Blitz 50, here we go. Hey, Oscar!
Defense showing blitz.
Ship.
Zebra.
Watch safety green.
On second down. Cousins again. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
The big boys came out to play. Not up in here, brother. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
Fresh set of downs here.
Hey, we got tight left.
From the pistol, they'll run with a beat. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Hey,
We got three. 3 down.
First down, here's Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay.
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. C.J. Mosley in there to get him for a loss of 5. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
I got you, punk.
Rhino!
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Blitz 50.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A great play there. 36 yards. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. And that one makes it 14-7. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Green will come in motion right.
On
On the carry, it's Logan. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
Hey. We got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Go. Hey, alert 3.
Passing play. Flacco. Flush to his right.
Check the backer.
That is caught. It's Perriman. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Ship.
Under center.
Check.
Monday.
SOS.
Red.
SOS. Check three.
Let's go, hurry up.
Watch twitch.
Red.
Watch the twitch.
Monday.
Here's West.
3 down. Hey, fellas, we
Able
got
to
3.
push
Let's go.
forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Look at the
Check 26.
Monday.
Hey, switch gears.
And on his first carry, he loses the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
You don't want no crime.
Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, get into the game. Hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
That's it, baby. 51.
Second down, Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davis. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Cousins to his tight end, Davis. Good for a Washington first.
Two times.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Pryor has it complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and he moves the chains. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this.
We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go. Mike 51. Mike 51.
They go back to Abdullah on third. Amir Abdullah. Touchdown, Washington. Amir Abdullah, 38 yards. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turn it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back. The drive begins with a handoff to Webb. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Yo, Lee!
Come on, run to the ball. We got to run.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for the Redskins touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word do they use it? Husky. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say husky.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give the bench they had to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
Set! 3 wide! Set! 20! 3 wide! 3 wide!
All day, every day, any day.
They'll run again here with Wentz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Monday!
They'll run here with Logan. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
All right.
Check three.
Set!
The defensive line disperses a little bit here. They're not expecting a pass. This is Wentz trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Red!
He's coming. Double up.
3 wide!
He's
3
coming,
wide!
double up.
Set!
On the ground, it's West again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. In motion comes the tight end left. On 3rd down, it's West, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on fourth down, may as well make him punt it. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left half. Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando, and with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Larry Ridley. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And here come the Redskins now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Rhino!
Patch it. Tight dog.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Yeah, baby.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ends up making it.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Chris Wormley in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Hey, Oscar!
Hey, let's calm down.
Yellow.
Let's calm the crowd.
Two. Pacer.
3 buzz.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
We got double up.
He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Double tight.
Sahan, what are you doing?
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
On first down, Abdullah. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Strong right.
Sahan, what are you?
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
300. Black.
Chef.
And they're definitely showing blitz here.
Kill.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Out to the left, it's complete to Dyson. And he is knocked down and then landed on pretty awkwardly right at the 45.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
3 down.
Sahan, what are you? First.
6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball off the doesn't. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Yeah, baby.
Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot.
Motion.
Look at the hand, set.
Back's mine, back's mine.
Hey, Red.
And now here's a carry heading left. Room to run past midfield. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
We got double tight. Double tight.
Red. Monday. Set. Red.
Three down.
Go lead.
36.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
Check. Lucky.
Three wide.
Handoff here to his running back. Space to run past the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, first and goal.
Deuce.
Set. Look at the hand, set.
The slot man in motion right. Now a handoff looking right. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Red.
Tighten up.
Looks like the defense in press coverage
Look at
here.
the hand, set.
Check.
The hand, set, away.
Check.
Monday.
No. Off.
Set. Red.
Switch.
A break from the ground game here. Flacco escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here. They give this time to the tailback. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll bring him back within a point. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way we can get it done.
3 down.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Alert. 3 down.
Black, black.
Wide, wide, wide. Get wide.
Lucky 50.
Check 30. Check 30.
Cousins now on second down.
Shift,
And
shift.
he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
Safety's
You've
creeping.
got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Rose, Rose. Rhino, Rhino.
Y'all deep, y'all deep. Kill, 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 kill.
On third down, Cousins.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now here come the Ravens. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank
left,
about
man,
the
Yo,
whole thing.
lead.
Everyone happy about the
Regular,
three-point
regular.
kicker.
Three down,
Exactly.
three down.
You put it
Yo,
to the post.
lead.
Let's get right into contract time.
West down.
Let's get in the end zone this
I
time.
don't know if that would help him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
Toe bashed it.
that. Super
Check
toe.
31, check
And
31.
out of bounds on the other side of midfield across
Kill,
the
kill,
45.
kill. Turn it up.
A
Kill,
really
kill,
good
kill. Turn it
pickup
up.
of 28 yards.
Showing eight.
So the offense has it first and 10.
Monday, Monday.
Blitz.
Monday. Dad.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports.
Three down. Three down.
This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
Single, 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 single.
Monday.
And the D-line piecing together must be expecting the run.
Safe, safe, safe.
Dad.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Slam,
Monday,
slam.
Monday. Dad.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They know that
Monday,
old expression,
rewind,
it's
get
not
back
my
here.
night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Roger, Monday, Monday.
No, no, no.
All right.
He's crashing.
Red.
He's checking
Red.
This is Logan. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Not much happening there on
Check it
first
back,
down.
check it
I thought
back.
there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Monday.
Run.
Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Monday.
He'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one. Right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. Now we're trying to right side here. And now running right through him. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tight, tight. Watch left. Tight, tight. Watch
Dad.
left.
20. Red.
Three down.
20 on.
Breaking out the gun. Flacco. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Too fast, baby.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4
Monday.
of 7.
Fred,
This is 3rd and 10.
Roger, fight back. Yo.
And so the D-line separates some. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher.
He has indeed everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out here. Working with a 2nd and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Nice touchdown, baby. Keep working.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Tight right.
And some extras coming up on the line here, ready for the blitz.
Hey, Roger, fight
Flacco from the gun. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was over. He ended up getting sacked.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action.
Cousins now. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Rhino!
57. I'm on.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd.
Check.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down.
Let's go, defense. Our time. This is our time.
Jahan, what is he?
Out. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Rhino!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Jordan Reed has it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 17 there, and they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do anyway. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Two tights.
Jahan, what is he? Jahan!
Blitz here. inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can make plays after the catch and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Clock running here under 90 seconds. He'll look to throw. Now he steps away. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They begin here with a run by West. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Red!
Slot man moves right.
Check me out. We got 3 days.
Now a toss. This is West. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Second down following the run.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
Red! 80!
Slam, slam, slam.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Set! We had set! 5-0.
And some space here. And he cuts it right into space. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. C.J. Mosley in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 seconds now they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off with great anticipation.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Double tight, double tight. We got 4.
Set!
We got 4.
Ready! Wait up!
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And it's all over. Just one is left.